Hi, Salman. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the Rising Immigrant.
Thank you, Ms. Kaur. It's an honor, and I appreciate you inviting me.
Salman, today we wanted to talk to you about your life. I want to start from the very beginning. Talk to me about your birth. Where were you born? What was the circumstance like?
Sure. So, I was born in Mumbai on the street actually. So, I don't know if you are aware about Haji Ali. It's a very famous mosque in Mumbai. It's a pani ke bicho beech mein. So, December 3rd, 1992. And my mom decided not to take me to the hospital because we used to live on the street. So, and she already had two more kids before me, so, and they were like 2 and 4. So she was just a little worried who would look after those kids. So I was just born and on the street. And the funniest thing is like, when we were coming this morning and I had coffee, I love coffee, and I think that's the reason starts from there. So my dad took me in his hand and he bought a coffee from the cycle wala say, street cycle wala coffee. And the first thing I ever had from this world was coffee.
Really?
Yeah, he dipped his finger and put coffee into my mouth. I didn't even have my mom's milk first. That was funny, right? And so I guess that's why I like coffee.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So when you say you were born on the street, what does that mean?
Um, I mean, I don't know how to say that. It's like, uh, we lived on the street, like as a homeless. So my mom just gave birth to me, and my grandma was there. She was the only woman who helped her. So yeah.
Did she have any access to healthcare, medical facilities, anything at that point?
So I don't. There is like government hospitals in India. The closest we have over there, it's called Nair Hospital in Mumbai. But I asked my mom many times, like, why didn't you go to hospital? And she said, I had two other kids, 2 and 4. And right before my birth, like a couple of months before when she was pregnant with me, she had a surgery. Something happened in her chest. And she said when she was hospitalized, when she came back and her two kids were in a really terrible situation. So she was worried about them, and she thought if she goes back to the hospital again, who would look after those two kids? So I think I find it, I mean, it's unfair, but I find it valid. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to be being born on the street, but at the same time, I understand from mother's perspective, like it's not just one child; she has other two to
Right.
take care.
So the time you were born, it was the time of Hindu-Muslim riots in
Yes.
India. Have your Ammi and Abu ever talked to you about them?
Oh yeah, I for many years like they would tease me that I am a child of riots because I was born on December 3rd, and 3 days later, Babri Masjid got demolished, and the whole city was on fire and blood. Like
Yes.
people were killing each other, and my dad was stuck at my uncle's place in Bhaikala, which is like maybe like 8-10 miles away from where we lived. So my mom was alone with 3 kids on the street when these things were happening, and she was. I don't know how she survived. She's like a survivor, how she managed. No food, no money, and no husband, and the whole city is like burning, and you're on the streets. So she sometimes tells me the stories, and she cries. But yeah, so it was very tough.
Brave woman.
Brave, very brave woman. She's very brave.
So you lost two of your siblings very early in life.
Yes.
Are you comfortable sharing that story?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so during that time when I was around 2, okay, so things went down in around 2. What happened, my mom and dad, they had a fight. And my mom left with 3 kids. So by then, my mom had 4 kids, like my younger sister after me. She was about a couple of months. And she left to Ajmer, which is another very, very big Muslim site, in India, in Rajasthan. And her sister used to live there. So what happened, when she was there with 3 kids, my youngest one, and our older brother who was older to me, and my oldest sister, and she left me with my dad. It's funny though, she left me, I don't know why, and she took 3. And then few months later, my dad received a telegram that my sister died, the youngest one. And she died because of like cold weather and pneumonia, I guess. She got something. So we went and we did the funeral and everything. And then while they were all coming back, all 5 of them, my aunt said, you could leave your 2 kids with me if you want, because you are anyways living on the street. So why don't you leave your older ones, like my older brother and sister, with her, and they would just live in a house, better life than a street. And my parents thought that'd be a good idea, So they left and they came with me. Few months later, my sister came alone, and she was frightened. And I have really vivid memory of seeing her. So we used to live by that sea edge, the Hajjalika curve goes towards Worli, So we were living under that edge area, and I still have this vivid memory. I saw my sister coming, and she has 2 Parle-G biscuits in her hand, very Indian famous biscuit. And I was excited to see her. I did not know much about it. And then my parents asked her where is Shahzad? That was his name. And we used to call him Munna. Where is Munna? And that's what my mom tells, the story. And my sister said, oh, he's with aunt.
And that was your mother's sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we didn't inquire much about, but couple of weeks later, we got another letter or a telegram that both kids are missing from home. My sister and my brother. So then my parents forced my sister to tell the true story, and she said, my aunt used to beat them every day, and she used to make them work every day. And they were 4 and 6. They were 4 and 6, because I was 2. So we have 2 years gap. That's how we remember. And then she said, one day we were crying, my sister and brother, and they went to the mosque, Ajmer Sharif, the main dargah. And there they found a lady, and she started inquiring about them, how they live, what they do, and why they're crying. So my sister told everything, and she promised that she would bring back to my sister and my brother to Mumbai. So all the way from train, they came all the way to Mumbai Central Railway Station. And from there, my sister said she gave my sister some money to go get some snacks, some vada pav. And when my sister returned, they both weren't there, my brother and the woman. And that's how we lost the brother. And we never found it after that.
Do you ever wonder what happened to him?
There are many possibilities. We always hope something good happened. So a few years back, the movie came out, Lion. I don't know. I was crying in that movie because it literally feels like my brother's story, He got stolen from the train station as well. The only thing is my brother never came. And the lion somehow figures out and comes back to the family. So I feel bad for my mom because she lost 2 kids in a couple of months. That's sad.
What were your living conditions like? You said you lived on the street. Where did you eat? How did you guys live?
Sure. I will explain you how it looks like. So when we say we lived on the street, it's not we just sleep everywhere or anywhere. There is always a specified area where you sleep. So sometime we would live by the edge of the sea, which I said. We used to call that area Kuttawadi because there were a lot of dogs there. So Kuttawadi. Or we would live by the park. Hajeli had a garden back then. Now abhi to sab gaya ho gaya. So we would sleep over there, and in the morning we'll pile up everything like a blanket and pillows and clothes, and we would hide it from somewhere, from the municipal and police. Food in the evening. So when we were living by the edge, the sea edge, it was more stable. I would say it was more like a small community where you would cook as well, like morning breakfast, evening meal and everything. But when you live on the major street, it's hard to cook over there. So you would eat from local hotels, from slums and stuff. You would just buy food from there. So it depends which part. And we move back and forth depending. And one of the reasons we actually moved, and I'm going a little off track, there was this policeman, and they were like, in that edge, there would be at least like 60 families living there in a jhopadas, like plastic tents. And he used to give us a really hard time. And one day we knew that he's going to come and destroy everything. We hid our belonging, like 60 families, maybe more, I don't know, in the trash. So there used to be a lot of trash, like plastics and everything. There would be like piles and piles of trash by this by the shore. So we hid it under it,
Oh.
and he burned that entire thing. He
But
burned the
why was that?
whole edge. I don't know. He just didn't like people living there. He would just say there is a complaint aa raha hai, bade sab logon se complaint aa raha hai. And we were like,
Were there any high rises in the area and people would complain?
see, right where we live is like a race course, but it's on the other side of the road, and it's a wide, about 200 yard distance of road, like just a highway. And we are living on the edge, inside the sea, basically, by the shore. So you cannot even see from your car. Forget about the high, there was no high rises either. I mean, so because of that, like the whole community started dispersing and going to different places, but we were still on some areas, and it made it harder. But yeah.
And did you ever go to school as a kid?
So when we were living in that area before that burning thing, me and my sister, then we were only two left, we started going to Mahalakshmi school, which is close to Mahalakshmi Mandir, government school. And I remember I got dropped when I was in second standard, and my sister was, I think, in third or fourth when she was dropped, and then never went back after that.
What did you do on the streets all day?
So when I was a kid, we would either play, we would do basic. My mom did a lot of work at different work. My dad was a street photographer, but he was not reliable. I will be very honest in this. So my mom used to collect those trash from the street, from the seashore, like old stuff, and So a lot of years I helped my mom with that, and then someday we would go to the mosque, Hajjali Dargah, and we would beg for food and some money and a lot of other things. So that was most of like our childhood until I started working. Then started working on small stalls and everything, and then I was about like 10. Then I started selling books at traffic light. Yeah.
And when you say you begged for money or food, what did you think of your life then? You were a young kid. Did you have any feelings about that, or was that just the way of life for you?
I mean, now people ask me this question, and it's a very valid question. But when you are on a survival mode, I don't think so. You think anything else. You just live every day as it goes, because all your goal is to have some money and some food, and so that you don't sleep without food or anything. And whether it was tough, hard, challenging, easy, and you're a kid, everything is like a play. You play with other kids, and they're doing the same thing. So it's hard to like say how you felt at that time. Right now, you can put that scale of right and wrong or good and bad. But when you are there, I don't think so you think that way. I mean, we never thought way. We did feel sometime like life is hard maybe, but it's not like, there is no like so much thinking going on over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever encounter violence or drugs at the street?
Oh yeah. I mean, there is always violence on the street. People fight against each other. You fight against other people who come and do things. And there are a lot of drug uses on the street and everywhere. My dad was an alcoholic, and sometimes my mom also would drink when she was there. So we face those things. And among the friends also, like, the kids also, they start learning. And it's kind of funny that all my friends, they have some sort of addiction, either smoking or drinking. And I tried that too, I will not lie. I tried all different things among friends and everything. But my dad and mom used to beat the out of us if they would know that we did anything like that. So that fear, I would say, sorry for the language, but that fear kept me a little bit away from it. And eventually I learned that it's anyways not good. So never got me.
Do you think that saved you?
That fear? Yeah, it definitely. I mean, think about it. Whatever they did, I do not complain about what my family did, to be honest. I'm actually very thankful for whatever childhood or life I had, Because I feel like my past made my today. Whatever I had, that fear, the life, where I grew up, if I hadn't had those things, I would be a different person, right? I would. So that fear of being beaten by my parents maybe kept me away from the drugs and everything, or not having money or no food. There were many nights we would just sleep without food. Kind of kept me. Now I feel more planned with my future in my life. That fear of not going back to that day keeps me motivated to work hard every day. So I feel like I'm very proud the past I had. I'm never ashamed, and I never complain. I sometimes do feel I wish I had a normal childhood, but who decides normal?
Yeah. I mean, where you're born and which family you're born into decides 90% of your future. In most cases, but there are very few who would be able to define their own future on their own terms. So you said you started working at 10 years of age.
Official work, yeah, but life has been always work, so yeah.
So what were you doing?
So we did a lot of stall work, selling vada pav or chai or nimbu sarbat, hajili ke dukano pe. Then I started selling books at traffic light, and started with Time Out Mumbai. That was very popular magazine, and it was very stable. You would get about 75 rupees a day, daily wages, and five or 4 rupees every book you sell along with that. So as a kid, it was good money. I was like, I can make 100 rupees a day, So I started with that. Then one of my friends, Nasir, I'm still good friend with him. He said, I saw like all the others were also doing other selling, like magazines and novels. So he said, you should sell novels as well. It's more money. I'm like, sure. And one of the first books I sold was Black Friday. And I make 130 rupees on just one book. I'm like, holy, I can make more money here. But so here is one thing. I think I only told Beth, other than on this thing. When I made my first money on that day, after doing that work, I promised myself that no matter what happened from now onward, I'll make sure my family is fed every day. And I'm 33 now, so it's 23 years. And I kept my promise. And every month, the money goes to my family. Even when I'm sick, there's a saving money. And today, I feel like if anything happens to me, I do have enough money that my family would at least survive a year.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
I hope they'll figure it out in a year after that. So, I don't know. I just felt that way, Yeah.
So, what was the turning point of your life? You speak beautiful English. You didn't go to school till you were 15 years of age. Am I right? Or much later?
Much later.
Talk to me about that.
So, as I told you, like we moved to different places on the street, and there is one street called RTO Lane. So that goes to the regional, the licensing office where you get your driver's license. So we were living that on the street, and one morning I was passing towards a public toilet, because that's what we use for bathroom, or the open sea. It's funny. So we were going to that public toilet, and I saw two ladies were talking to a couple of students. Like, I call them students now. A couple of kids. Okay. And I just left. And while I was coming back, they were still there. And we knew, like, a lot of people come from different non-profit NGOs. They want to help people on the street. They want to do something good for them. So we were kind of used to it. Like, yeah, all right. And they forget. So my friend asked me, hey, come here, Yusuf. I love him. And he introduced me to Caroline and Umema. There were two ladies. And he said, this guy can speak English. I'm like, with confidence, oh, yeah, I can do that. But my English was super broken. Okay? Now, if I realize, I'll laugh. But she asked me to read certain things, Caroline, and I was able to read. And she's like, do you go to school? I'm like, no, I've never went to school, like after a second. And it was Hindi medium. And she's like, so how did you learn? So I'm like, my dad taught me alphabets, A, B, C, D, because he knew. And to connect those alphabets and make a word out of it, I learned from the traffic light. So the books I sold, I would ask people to help me read the titles at the traffic light, and they would help us to know the title and understand and how they're saying. There's this funny thing. So there was a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Yeah, it's a very popular book.
Now I know the name. You know how we used to say it? Ma'am, the monk who sold a Ferrari? He's like, so funny. He's like, now I know the word because now I know the English.
You would just mimic what people, like you would
Yeah.
just imitate the sound,
The sound.
that you would hear
Yeah.
from people.
Yeah, the sound. We would just go with the sound. And some of the books, we butcher the names so badly. So that's how I learned to like connect the words. And among the friends also, we used to like compete who could mimic the sound better, who could learn the words better. And same with the math as well. Like we would compete, like who could count more, who could like do multiplication faster or things like that. So I think that was my education first, proper education at traffic lights. So Caroline said, I think that was a turning point. Why don't you come to Akanksha? And among us, there was one kid who just started selling books. He used to go to Akanksha, and we used to tease him, hey, Kanchi boy. So I was like, wait, I'm going to be one of the Kanchi boy to go.
What is Akanksha and what does that phrase Kanchi boy means?
So Akanksha is a non-profit. They used to have a system where they would teach kids from underprivileged backgrounds, especially from slums. The kids who already go to school, they would help them get better
Okay.
at education level and English especially. So we used to just tease him instead of Akanksha, we used to call him Kanchi because it sounds funny, So my first reaction was like, I never told Caroline this. I'm like, maybe I'll think about it. So
What did you think of other children who you saw going to school? Did you have an image or perception of them?
So where I grew up on the street, nobody went to school. There was like, I don't think I can recall anyone went to school.
So that was normal for you?
Yeah. So my friend also who dropped out along with me kind of during the same time, like second grade. And so it was not like, so this Kanchi, Salim, his name is Salim, sorry. He used to live in a slum in Worli area. And because we were friends, and we used to play cricket with all different people around the neighboring slums. So there were a lot of slums around the area, but we were, if you say the class-wise, we were the lowest because we were on the street. We were not even in the slum. So the same night, Shaheen Mistry, the one who started Akanksha, along with one guy, Shriram, they came to see me because while Caroline was leaving, she asked me a lot of questions. And one of the questions I'm assuming that hit her was, she asked me, who do you think is happier in life? Are you happy or the people who have a lot of money and education? And my teenager, 10, 11 years. No, back then I think I was 16 or 17. That teenager boy mind said, well, I'm happy because I don't have to worry about anything. The people I sell books to, they're always rushing. They're always under the gun. I'm like, this is 11 a.m. I haven't even started working. I'm chilling. I can wake up whenever I want. I can watch movies, as many movies I want. So I think she liked that part about me. So that's why then same night, Shri Rambaya and Shaheen Didi came and they're like, why don't you come in to Akanksha and just see what you think? You don't have to study with us. You don't have to do anything. Just come and meet. So I did go next day. And I was overwhelmed because everyone was good at English. I was not. I knew like, ma'am, please buy this book. Yeah. Ma'am, this is cheap book. I know those words.
So you had learned some phrases on the street to help you sell some books.
Yeah. But I was not like in a way to communicate,
But did everyone speak in English at the school?
At Akanksha, yeah. They were much better than me. They were like really good. I still remember. So Caroline assigned a student and he was teaching me some words. So on the book, it was the word man. And I was like, man. He's like, yeah, what's the meaning of man? I'm like, admi? He's like, correct. Then he gave me another word, a woman. I'm like, woman. He's like, yes, what's the meaning? I'm like, Buddha admi? Because I did not know. I still remember those phrases. So my
did you
knowledge
feel embarrassed or you were just...
I was embarrassed. I felt like they are so like better than me, you feel that. And so I stopped going. I was like, I cannot go.
You felt intimidated by them?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so. It's my thing. So I made a lot of excuses to not go. But Caroline kept coming. She would keep coming to ask me to come. You should go to school. You should come to Akanksha. Everyone loves you. And they were all well dressed. They would like short trim hair, proper clothing. I used to go with long tapori style hair, earrings, short pant, and walking like circuit type. It's like I was like street guy. And so it was funny. And I remember one time I was sleeping and my mom was waking me up and she's like, hey, there is this madam waiting for you. I'm like, early morning, who's waiting for me? And that was Caroline on her scooty. It's like, let's go. I'm like, you're not going to leave me alone or what? I'm like, I don't want to go. So she gave me a letter. She says, you can also come late if you want. Because I excused it. I wake up late because I get tired after selling books. So she's like, yeah, you can come like an hour late if you want. So I went again and then I quit. And she kept coming. So I started avoiding her because it was her route to go home from work, from the teaching. So I started avoiding her, but she would keep coming and meeting me. That lady saw something in me that nobody ever saw, not even my parents or anybody. But then she gave up after a while. I could feel that. Not like gave up on me, but just maybe she just let me decide. And then there were a couple of months later, I think one of my friends was telling that he wants to go back to school and he wants to buy a motorcycle so that he can earn more money to buy that. And then one of the customers just asked me, like, you're pretty smart, you work hard, and I can see, a few basic good English, you learn good. Why don't you go back to study? What's your life goal? What do you want to do? And I think that's what struck me is like, yeah, what do I want to do with my life? Am I going to just keep the circle, live in the circle? So then I waited for Caroline. I'm like, I have to find her. And a few weeks later, finally she came in and I asked her, I want to come back. And she's like, it's your school. You can come anytime you want to come back. And after that, I never stopped. I'm like, I got to go back. So that was.
So you went to school every day then afterwards?
After that. It was not school. It was more like a tuition type, extra. But I loved it after that, and we worked really hard.
Did you continue selling books on the streets?
I did continue.
Yeah. Did Akanksha offer any other support in terms of food, clothing, anything that sort of helped you go to school?
So Caroline did find a couple of people who wanted to support me financially, but I never took it. The reason for that is it's not pride. It's because I decided, so I wanted to go through the process. I wanted to be, how do I say it? I wanted to like...
Just do it on your own terms.
Yeah, I wanted to like not depend. Because how long someone gonna give me money, I rather should figure it out, managing my time, my money, and my skill so that it stays with me. You know what I mean? It's like, so Caroline was like, yeah, you can... I remember like so I started going to Akanksha Center and then I would come back and I would sell books all the way till evening. So I quit a lot of things. I quit a lot of friends. I quit playing cricket, playing soccer. I was really good at soccer that time. I was playing for another nonprofit. So I decided I'm going to just focus on studying and working and making money. I started going to Akanksha office to study there. After center, I would spend the whole day sit in the office and they would teach me different topics and subjects. They were very willing to help me. And then I would come back at night and sell books. Some of the tough time, but I think I love what I went through. Yeah.
Now when you look back at your journey, what did help you get to where you are now? And talk to me about how you got to US and how are we here today?
Sure. I mean, I don't know how much time you have. I feel like I have a lot of a lot of good things I have. I feel proud. Not in a brag way, but more like a humble way. I feel proud of myself. So what got me here, right? That was the question, right? So I failed in 10th grade. First time when I tried. First of all, I did not have any 8th grade certificate to get admission into 10th grade. So for that, I needed extra support from Akanksha, some letters from people. And then I went to Pune. And then I learned that as my life was going, that I have to do work my own. People are there to help me, and they will only help me if they see that I'm putting effort. You know, so even though I failed 10th grade, I could have gone back. I could have just, you know what, this is not my thing. Everyone was laughing at me when I was
Your
studying.
friends on the street?
Yeah, they started calling me the white guy because I was forcing myself to sell books only to foreigners so that I get opportunity to talk to them, to improve my English. Because my 10th grade was coming and it was all in English. I purposely decided to do in English. I didn't take Hindi medium. So, okay, I'm going to go right a little bit sidetrack here. I was the first person at traffic light who started accepting foreign currency selling books. Because I was so much into that. And first time I sold a book, Maximum City, I don't know if you know that, it's about Bombay, for 10 pounds, British pound. And everyone was, it's a fake money, nothing will happen. And then I exchanged that money for about 800 rupees and everyone was like, what? This is also money, you know? So it was funny. I was forcing myself to do. And when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I was doing at KC College, Kishan Sanchalaram. And my life went back to like a rock bottom again at that time because I decided to rent a house for my family. So we moved from Haji Ali to Kalyan because situations were getting worse on the street. And Kalyan was like an hour and a half away from college. So I would get up at 4 a.m. because my college was at 7 a.m. And I would get ready, eat my food, and somehow it would take me at least 2 hours to go to college, even though train ride was 30 minutes and then bus and walking and stuff. And that was one of the hardest time of my life, but I think it built me. So when I would go every single day, KC College, 7 a.m. Later, I would sell books. And then while doing that, I got another job as a tour guide of city, as a local student guide. So I left selling books, and then I thought I would have a better chance. So I rented another house in slum of Worli so that my college is a little closer for me and my work. So basically, I was paying rent for 2 houses. But I was not getting enough money from selling books because I was not having it, and from being tour guide because I was not getting a lot of opportunity to be guide because I was new. And I remember, even though I promised myself that I will have food for my family, but I was struggling. I slept many nights without food, without telling my family that I have nothing here. I was just trying my hard. And somehow that time passed. And while I was completing that, my bachelor's degree, Akanksha, a nonprofit that helped me throughout this process, they were always there to support me. And I never took financial support. I'll be very honest. I always talked to them. I asked for the guidance. I asked for teaching me, you know. So a normal day would be when I was in Kalyan, I would leave around 4:30, grab a train at 4:35, KC College 7 to I think 1:30 or 2. I would work in Mahim, and from Mahim I would go to Andheri to one of the Akanksha lady teachers. My mentor, she would teach me economics and commerce because I had nobody else. And then from Andheri, I would go back to Dadar again around like midnight, and I would reach home around like 1.
Wow.
Kalyan.
Wow.
And then whole day continuously. I did
So
it
you
for like
only
3
slept
years.
a few hours, that's it.
Yeah, I did it for 3 years, that whole thing.
So you kept on studying, working on your bachelor's degree, supporting your family, selling books, and also working as a tour guide.
I left selling books by then. When I started working as a tour guide, I felt like I need to get out slowly, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, I would go once in a while, but I was like coming out of that zone slowly.
जब आपने कॉलेज में पढ़ना शुरू किया तो बाकी स्टूडेंट्स आपके बारे में क्या सोचते थे, और जब आप उनके साथ इंटरैक्ट करते थे तो कोई फन एक्सपीरियंसेस रहे?
मुझे पता नहीं कि लोगों को कितना पता है हिंदी या मैं कहाँ से था एंड ऑल दैट, बिकॉज जो मेरे क्लोज फ्रेंड्स थे उनको बताया था, थोड़े बहुत थे. और कॉलेज में मैं हमेशा, मेरी अभी भी आदत है, मैं एक जगह पे नहीं बैठता हूँ. कॉलेज में मैं हमेशा दूसरी जगह पे बैठता था. टीचर से ढूंढते रहती थी रोल नंबर 32 किधर है. इट्स लाइक यू नो. एंड तो कुछ लोगों को बताया था पर ज़्यादा नहीं. और एक एक्सपीरियंस है, हिंदी का, बिकॉज आई टुक हिंदी एज अ लैंग्वेज, और मेरी हिंदी माशाल्लाह मुंबई की हिंदी है। तो वो जो हिंदी की मैम थी, एंड शी हैज़ PhD हिंदी में,
अच्छा,
और मेरी हिंदी एंड ऑप्शन वाज फ्रेंच, तो मतलब हिंदी पढ़ेंगे। तो उन्होंने एक पैराग्राफ पढ़ा और बोला कि कौन इसको ट्रांसलेट करे, कौन इसको समझाएगा, यू नो। तो मैं देखा कोई भी हाथ नहीं उठा रहा है, तो मैं बोला चलो अब हिंदी तो आता है अपने को, तो मैं हाथ उठाया, मैम हिंदी, लाइक बोलो सलमान, बोला। तो मैम पैराग्राफ ऐसा था कि वो जो मेन कैरेक्टर है हीरोसी, वो बहुत ही चतुर इंसान है, उनको दुनिया की नॉलेज है, और उनका जो मेन स्थान है जहाँ पे वो बैठते हैं, चाय की टपरी है।
अच्छा,
ये समझाना था। बोला मैम ये जो हिरोशिमा है ना, वो शान आदमी एकदम, उसको पूरी दुनिया के बारे में पता है। ये समझ लो जैसे मतलब घाट घाट का पानी पिएला आदमी है, और अगर इसको कभी भी मिलने का है तुमको, तो एक चाय का दुकान है, वहाँ पे आपको मिलेगा कभी भी। That lady was like
traumatized by your response.
she was like, इनका हिंदी देखो। मैं बोला I don't know. It's like, तो
तुम्हारे
everyone-
लिए तो नॉर्मल है, राइट? सब
Yeah.
तुम्हारे दोस्त उसी
Yeah.
भाषा में बात करते हैं।
तो सब हंसने लग गए, और मेरे को थोड़ा बुरा लगा, बोला यार शिट। तो फिर उसने बोला इसके लिए ताली बजाओ। इसने अपनी लैंग्वेज पे ध्यान नहीं दिया, बट ही हैड दैट कॉन्फिडेंस, या टू स्टैंड अप इन द ग्रुप एंड टॉक, दैट मैटर्स। उसके बाद आई डोंट थिंक सो शी एवर आस्क्ड मी टू से एनीथिंग, शी न्यू कि आई गॉट इट, बट इट वाज सो फनी। तो एंड देयर वाज अनदर टाइम के एक टीचर थी जिसका फर्स्ट पीरियड था 7 AM का, एंड उस दिन ट्रेन लेट हो गई, तो 7:15 हो गए, मैम लेक्चर नहीं स्टार्ट करी, और वो पूछ रही है सलमान किधर है, एंड शी यूज्ड टू टीच साइकोलॉजी। तो एवरीवन इज लाइक आई थिंक आज वो नहीं आएगा, तो बोलती नहीं ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता, ही वुड कम। एंड देन आई एंटर्ड एंड शी लाइक आई टोल्ड यू ही वुड कम। I was like, what's going on? She's like, she won't start a lecture because you were not here. She had that confidence that you would make it. So I feel like I build that personality that when I say something, I do it, and I hold myself very accountable for my actions.
And I'm sure it felt great that there are some people who are looking out for you.
Yeah.
For some, it's the family, siblings or friends, and for you it was the teachers.
It was
right?
the teacher. Yeah.
जब हाजी अली जूस सेंटर पे आप बुक्स बेचते थे, तो कोई इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज या किसी इंटरेस्टिंग लोगों से मिले?
मैम हाजी अली सिग्नल पे, वो सिग्नल अभी तो ब्रिज बन गया है, पर वो सिग्नल मेन जंक्शन है पूरे मुंबई का, जहाँ से आपको साउथ मुंबई, नॉर्थ मुंबई जाना हो, मंत्रालय जाना हो, सब वहीं से होके जाते हैं। तो ऑलमोस्ट आप जितने भी हीरो हीरोइन का नाम ले लो, हमने देखा है, सलमान खान से लेकर शाहरुख खान, अमिताभ बच्चन आपको पता है हर उसकी मूवी रिलीज होने से पहले वो फ्राइडे के दिन हाजी अली दरगाह आता है। ये कर रहा है तब से कूली मूवी आया था, कूली पता है आपको, वहाँ पे शूट हुआ था, तब से अभी तक उसकी मूवी कभी भी रिलीज होने वाली है या उसकी लाइफ का कुछ बड़ा दिन है, फ्राइडे की मॉर्निंग वो हाजी अली दरगाह आता है। या सो वीव सीन अमिताभ सर मेनी टाइम। सलमान खान मोस्ट ऑफन हाजी अली जूस सेंटर पे आते हैं। ही लव्स हाजी अली जूस सेंटर का सीताफल क्रीम।
अच्छा।
यस, वीव सीन हिम इन हिज वर्स्ट एंड हिज बेस्ट। लाइक यू नो, जब उनकी लाइफ का डाउन टर्न चल रहा था, ही वाज देयर हाजी अली पे, ड्रंक एंड स्टफ, वीव सीन हिम देम। एंड क्रिकेटर्स, पॉलिटिशियंस, अब महेंद्र सिंह धोनी से लेके इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेटर्स, जॉन सीना, जॉनी डेप, बड़े बड़े स्टार।
तो कभी ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पे किसी सेलिब्रिटी से बात हुई?
सबसे बात होती है मैम, बहुत अच्छे लोग होते हैं, बहुत सारे अच्छे होते हैं, कुछ अच्छे नहीं है, कुछ लोग गाली भी दे देते हैं, कुछ लोग बहुत अच्छे, उनसे बातचीत होती है। मिलिंद सुमन एक जो है, वो वन ऑफ द काइंडेस्ट पर्सन जिससे मेरी हमेशा बात होती थी, एंड उनको बहुत बुक भी बेचा है, बट ही वॉज वन ऑफ द नाइसेस्ट पर्सन, उनसे बहुत बात हुई है। और प्रीति जिंटा वॉज वेरी नाइस, वो हमेशा अच्छे से बात करती थी। जूही चावला, एक्चुअली नासिर एक बार बता रहा था, जूही चावला तो उसको गोद लेना चाहती थी। जूही चावला ऑलवेज वांटेड टू से कि नासिर तुम हमारे साथ रहा करो। सो आई डोंट नो वाज हाउ ट्रू शी वांटेड, शी मेंट इट, बट बहुत से अच्छे एक्टर। सो पूरी लाइफ में बहुत से लोगों से मिला। इवन माय फेवरेट सलमान खान है, तो नाम की वजह से नहीं, बट ऐसे ही उनकी पर्सनालिटी बहुत पसंद है। पूरी लाइफ में एक ही जन का ऑटोग्राफ लिया है मैंने, वो ऋतिक रोशन का।
अच्छा।
क्योंकि आई डोंट नो, ऋतिक वाज बहुत पसंद थे हमको, एंड So there was a book by then, and he just came, and I'm like, sir, autograph, please, sir. And he's like, काहे पे लेगा autograph? मतलब सर मैंने book खोला, फाड़ा ऐसा मतलब वो pages नहीं, मतलब ऐसा packing, book open किया, मतलब सर इसी पे दे दो. बोलता इस पे ही ले लेगा तू, ये तो तेरा रोजी रोटी. मतलब अरे सर आपसे बढ़कर नहीं है कुछ भी, you know. I learned one thing, street पे ना, you learn how to play with the words. You like really quick and smart, you know, how to communicate. तो जो word मैंने बोला सर आपसे बढ़कर कुछ नहीं है, it kind of won him, you know. तो he gave me autograph and he's like कितने का बुक है? बोला सर 500 रुपये का है. He gave me 500 rupees as well. वो गया, मैंने पेज फाड़ के निकाला, पॉकेट में डाला, बुक को पैक किया और फिर से भेज दिया.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Hey ma'am, I kept the autograph, okay? I kept the autograph. तो
बहुत अच्छा.
अपना सा हाँ नहीं ना, रोज ही पहले आनी चाहिए. हीरो तो आते जाते रहते हैं.
जब आप ट्रैफिक सिग्नल वाले दिनों के बारे में सोचते हो तो मन में कैसे फीलिंग्स आते हैं?
मैम मेरे को बहुत प्राउड फील होता है उसको लेके, क्योंकि यू नो बहुत स्ट्रगल था. मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको, भागना पड़ता था गाड़ी के पीछे से लंबे तक, लाइक माइल्स. एंड देयर आर टाइम लोग बुक लेके भाग भी गए. लाइक तो कैसा होता था सिग्नल पे कि अगर सिग्नल छूटने वाला है तो हम लोग बुक अंदर डाल देते थे कि मैडम आगे मिलता हो, आप आगे रुकाओ. इट्स लाइक अ इंश्योरेंस, अ वे टू मेक देम स्टॉप, यू नो. कुछ लोग स्टॉप करते थे, कुछ लोग नहीं स्टॉप करते थे. दे वुड जस्ट रन अवे विद द बुक. देयर वर टाइम्स लाइक हुआ ऐसा, एंड आंखों से जब आंसू आ जाए कि लाइक पूरा दिन निकल गया, एक बुक नहीं बिका और अब एक लेके भी भाग गया, यू नो. तो बहुत हुआ ऐसा कभी कभार. तो बट बहुत कुछ सीखा वहाँ से, मतलब ज़िंदगी के बारे में बहुत कुछ सीखा है कि हाउ टू बी हम्बल, हाउ टू बी हार्ड वर्किंग, हाउ टू नेवर गिव अप इन लाइफ, एंड चीज़ों को वैल्यू करना. एंड स्ट्रगल तो होता ही है हमेशा, आप लाइक हर एक लेवल पे होता है, यू नो. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कैसे उठाना, एंड लैंग्वेज और स्पॉन्टेनियस कैसा होना. मैं बोलता कि मैं ऐसा नहीं बोलता कि हर बच्चे के साथ होना चाहिए, पर ये एक टाइप ऑफ एजुकेशन है जो आपको बहुत अवेयर करता है दुनिया और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के बारे में. तो मैं बहुत लकी हूँ कि मुझे वो मिला. और अब ये एजुकेशन फिर अमेरिका में आके MBA करना, ये भी एक एक्सपीरियंस मिला. तो आई फील लाइक कि मेरी लाइफ का बार चार्ट अगर आप देखो तो यू नो हाँ सबका लाइफ चार्ट ऐसा ऊपर से स्टार्ट होता है, फिर नीचे गिरता है, फिर ऊपर जाता है. मेरी लाइफ कैसे नीचे से स्टार्ट हुआ और वो ऊपर ही जा रहा है अभी. ऊपर वाले का करम है, लोगों की बहुत 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 मदद मिली है. और मेरे को तो प्राउड फील होता है. मेरे को कभी ऐसा, मैं आपको पहले भी बोला, मेरे को गिल्ट फील नहीं होता है, मेरे को बुरा नहीं लगता है. और अभी भी मैं जाता हूँ ना, तो कुछ साल पहले जब मैं इंडिया गया तो हाजील पे गया, और मैं इवन तो मेरी फैमिली अभी भी कल्याण में, हम लोग स्लम में रहते हैं अभी भी, इतना पैसा वाला नहीं हुआ मैं. पर मैं हाजिल पे गया और मैं बोला आज सड़क पे ही सोएंगे. और तो पूरी रात मैंने सड़क पे बिताया सो के. आई मीन और जब भी जाता हूँ सब दोस्तों के साथ वैसे ही मिलता है. और आप अगर आप मुझे देखोगे मेरे दोस्तों से बात करते, आप बोलोगे इसके अंदर का सड़क का जो इंसान है ना वो निकला नहीं है अभी तक, इसके अंदर है. मतलब यू नो लाइक जब मैं वहाँ जाता हूँ ना, कुछ ऐसा लगता नहीं मेरे को कुछ बदला है. आज भी वैसे ही बात करता हूँ, आज भी लोगों को वैसी गाली देते हैं हम लोग एक दूसरे को, यू नो लाइक वो पूरा अभी भी है मेरे में. और
तो आपके जो दोस्त थे आपके साथ सिग्नल पे बुक्स बेचते थे या सड़क पे सोते थे, स्लम में रहते थे, आपकी लाइफ काफ़ी बदल गई एजुकेशन के बाद. आपके दोस्त कहाँ हैं?
सब वही है मैम, मोस्टली सब वही है. आई फील बैड, आई मीन बट एक चीज़ मैंने किया है मैम वहाँ पे, मेरे को एक चीज़ का और प्राउड है, और मैं उम्मीद करता कि वो थोड़ा और बदले. तो जब मैं इस आकांक्षा जब स्टार्ट किया जाना, तो सब मेरी मजाक उड़ाते थे, इंक्लूडिंग मेरी फैमिली. उनको ऐसा लगा कि ये कुछ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि सबके दिमाग में वही होता है ना मैम, एज अ सर्कल ऑफ लाइफ के कुछ बाहर का सोच नहीं सकते आप, यू नो. तो पर मुझे एक उम्मीद थी. तो जब मैं अच्छे से पढ़ लिख के आया, थोड़ा आगे बढ़ गया, तो पहली बार जब अमेरिका आया था, आकांक्षा नहीं बुलाया था, आई टेल यू मोर उसके बारे में. तब क्या हुआ था, उसके बाद जब मैं वापस गया ना, तो लोगों में एक रिस्पेक्ट देखा मैं. लोग मेरे लिए रिस्पेक्ट से बात करने लगे और बोलने लगे कि हमारे इधर का हज्जली का बंदा अमेरिका जाके आया है, तुम लोग क्या घंटा पता है. मतलब सही है भाई. तो वो एक नया चीज़ आया. और जो मेरे दोस्त लोग हैं जिनकी शादी हो गई है, उनके जो बच्चे हैं अभी, वो उनको स्कूल में भेजते हैं. उससे पहला नहीं होता था। और कितने बच्चों को, हाजिली के कुछ बच्चों को मैंने खुद उनके साथ गया स्कूल में एडमिशन करवाने। वो मुझे फ़ोन करते थे सजेस्ट करने के लिए कि कौन सी अच्छी स्कूल में भेजना चाहिए, क्या आकांक्षा स्कूल में इनका एडमिशन होगा। तो एक दो बच्चों को आकांक्षा के स्कूल में भी मिला है एडमिशन।
तो आपके पहले किसी ने वो एक पॉसिबिलिटी की तरह देखा ही नहीं होगा।
नहीं देखा था।
आपके पहले उनको पता ही नहीं है कि ये भी उनकी लाइफ का एक आउटकम हो सकता है। तो जब उन्होंने देखा कि आप स्कूल गए, आप बैचलर्स किया, फिर आप अमेरिका आए, आपकी लाइफ कैसे बदलती देखी, आपकी फैमिली की लाइफ बदलती देखी, तो उनको एक ऑप्शन मिली कि हम भी ये कर सकते हैं। राइट। आई थिंक वो बहुत बड़ी बात है। बहुत बड़ी बात है।
और मेरे जो कुछ दोस्त हैं, मतलब जो उम्र में मेरे से छोटे हैं, आई मीन वो लोग भी थोड़ा बैचलर्स कर लिए, कुछ लोगों ने
अच्छा
12 कर लिया और हाजिली से बाहर निकल के कुछ कुछ जॉब कर रहे। एक दो है जो नॉन प्रॉफिट्स में काम कर रहे। तो इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट बीइंग हाजी अली, ये लोग थोड़ा सा बाहर निकले। एंड इट्स अ स्मॉल डेंट मैम, पर मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि एक और मेरा दोस्त है महबूब, उसका बेटा है नज़ीर, ही गोज़ टू आकांक्षा स्कूल, और जब भी हम जाते ही टॉक्स टू मी इन इंग्लिश। या तो इट फील्स गुड, यू नो, आई फील लाइक कि एक जन की भी अगर लाइफ थोड़ी सी भी मैं बदला तो अच्छा लगता है। एंड प्लस लाइक मेरी जो 2 भांजी और 1 भांजा है मेरी बहन के, तीनों बच्चे स्कूल जाते। मेरी अभी जो सबसे बड़ी वाली है, शी completed her bachelor's degree, she's planning her master, she speaks to me in English and she's working for a CA firm. And the next one, she is completing her bachelor now, she's in a final year, you know. And my nephew goes to a private English school now. And
It's a big deal.
even
for a
in my family I made changes, क्योंकि मेरी फैमिली में भी कोई नहीं जाता था स्कूल से पहला, you know. And they see me as a role model, we talk to them so often, like in fact आज सुबह भी I was talking to them and I try to guide them as a mentor, not like as an uncle. क्योंकि इंडिया में ना अंकल का एक अलग ही रिस्पेक्ट और लेवल हो जाता है। I talk to them like so casually, and तो I feel like फैमिली में थोड़ा एंड होपफुली जब उनकी शादी होगी उनके बच्चे भी स्कूल जाएंगे, यू नो। तो आई फील लाइक सो अगर मेरी लाइफ वैसा स्टार्ट नहीं होती तो मुझे ये अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलती कुछ बदलने की लाइफ में। तो अगेन आई वुड गो बैक टू एंड से कि भी हुआ लाइफ में, माई डैड, माई मॉम और जितना भी था, I feel like those were the stepping stone to become what I am today.
And if I go back to your journey, right, after you finished your bachelor's degree, you came to the US.
Yes.
How did that happen for you?
So while I was doing my bachelor's, Akanksha reached out to me, and Caroline was the one to give me the news that Akanksha is planning its first ever gala in New York City. And I'm like, what the heck is a gala? They're like, यहाँ पे fund raise करना है Akanksha के लिए अमेरिका में, और वो चाहते कि तुम आके बात करो कि तुमने कहाँ से जर्नी स्टार्ट किया और अभी तुम ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हो। मैं बोला वो सब तो ठीक है, पर मेरा तो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट भी नहीं है ना। रिमेंबर वेयर वाज आई बोर्न? ऑन द स्ट्रीट, देयर वाज नो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन। आई वाज नेवर बोर्न इन इंडिया इन अ वे, लीगली, आई मीन ऑन पेपर। और उस टाइम पे इंडिया में पासपोर्ट बनाने के लिए बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट वाज द मस्ट। तो मतलब ये कहाँ से होगा? एंड इट वाज समवेयर आई थिंक सितंबर, जब Caroline told me. Gala was about in May 9th. I still remember that date. तो Caroline बोली क्या हो जाएगा, कर लेंगे, देखेंगे, लाइफ में इससे भी बड़ी बड़ी चैलेंजेस आके गए। तो बोला ठीक है, इट्स अ लॉन्ग स्टोरी, डू यू वांट मी टू कीप इट लॉन्ग और शॉर्ट?
Keep going.
ओके, तो हमने प्रोसेस क्या है कि यू हैव टू फाइल अ कंप्लेंट अगेंस्ट द BMC, okay, you petition basically, and the judge order BMC के survey करो and confirm करो कि he was born and blah blah blah, and then judge orders BMC to issue. तो हमने कंप्लीट एक लॉयर को हायर किया और सब लोग बहुत पैसा मांग रहे थे।
अच्छा।
और मेरे पास उतना पैसा नहीं था तभी। आई टोल्ड यू लाइक कि मेरी लाइफ में मेरे पास खाने के पैसे नहीं थे उस टाइम पे मैम, या मैं घर वालों को नहीं बता रहा था। तो somehow we found someone, उसने बोला मैं 2,000 रुपये में कर दूंगा एटलीस्ट तुम्हारा पिटिशन फाइन। बाकी लोग तो 10-15 हज़ार मांग रहे थे और मेरे लिए उतना था भी नहीं मेरे पास। तो पर वो बंदा जब, बिकॉज आई वॉज अ फुल टाइम एम्प्लॉई एज वेल, तो मैं और एक ऑफिस में, मैं टूरिज़्म की ऑफिस में काम भी कर रहा था 8,000 पगार पे। तो मैं मेरे डैड को बोला कि तुम संभाल लो ये, मेरी ज़रूरत रही उस दिन बुलाना, मैं छुट्टी लेके आ जाऊँगा, क्योंकि नया नया काम पे लगा था। तो 2 हफ्ते निकल गए, वो स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ पिटिशन, वो खाली आजकल हो रहा है। तो मैं मेरे अब्बा को बोला क्या है, बोले यार वो ऐसा ऐसा कर रहा है। तो मैं छुट्टी लिया एक दिन में, बोला मुझे जाना पड़ेगा। तो आई वेंट टू द कोर्ट एंड इट्स लाइक हो रहा है पिटिशन हो रहा है, तो मतलब क्या चाहिए क्या तुमको? बोले मुझे तेरी पूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए। तो मतलब लिख लो। बोले नहीं अभी नहीं, अभी तो मैं मेरी फैमिली के साथ गोवा जा रहा हूँ, अगले हफ्ते करते हैं।
एंड
और
आपके लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट
मेरे
था
लिए
वो,
एक एक घंटा इंपॉर्टेंट था, एक एक दिन। तो उनका भाई था, मैं बोला क्या ये भी जा रहे? बोले नहीं। तो मतलब मैं इनके साथ बैठ के करवा लूँ? तो बोले हाँ ठीक है, पर उसके लिए तुमको, मैं बोला तो सबमिट कौन कर सकता है? बोले आपका भाई कर सकता है। बोले हाँ। बोला तो आप मेरे साथ बैठ के लिख लो। बोले अभी नहीं, मैं सिर्फ शाम को फ्री हूँ, तो मेरे घर आ सकता है तो आ जा। बोला ठीक है। तो मैं पूरे डॉक्यूमेंट लेके उनके घर गया, रात को पूरा कुछ किया। नेक्स्ट डे हमने सबमिट कर दिया एटलीस्ट पिटिशन, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट हो गया। और 1 हफ्ते का टाइम, 2 हफ्ते का टाइम था म्यूनसिपल ऑफिसर को उसका रिपोर्ट लाने का, सर्वे करके। 2 हफ्ते बाद म्यूनसिपल रिपोर्ट आया खाली हाथ, वो बंदा नहीं किया। बोलता है सर अभी इतना सारा काम चल रहा है ऐसा वैसा। तो कोर्ट में हम लोग खड़े, मैं समझ गया ये टाल रहे हैं। तो कोर्ट के बाहर हम लोग निकले, तो कोर्ट ने फिर से 11 दिन का टाइम दिया। तो मैं बाहर आया, बोला भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम है? तो बोलता है यार मेरी लाइफ में बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, मेरे को भी अभी फैमिली के साथ बाहर जाना है ऐसा वैसा। तो मैं बोला भाई तू मुझे प्रोसेस समझा, हम देखते। और फिर उसको मैंने हाथ मिलाया, 1000 रुपये उसके हाथ में रखा, आई बी ऑनेस्ट विथ यू। तो उसने मुझे प्रोसेस समझाया कि देख मैं तेरे को एक रिपोर्ट देगा, मेरा जो रिपोर्ट है देगा नहीं सॉरी, मैं एक रिपोर्ट तैयार करेगा, वो मुझे ना तेरे नज़दीक के हॉस्पिटल लेके जाना है। हॉस्पिटल का जो मेन डॉक्टर रहेगा वो तेरे हजेली में आके सर्वे करेगा, 5 लोगों का डॉक्यूमेंट लेगा, उसका जो रिपोर्ट आएगा वो रिपोर्ट लेके मैं फिर से कोर्ट में देगा और कोर्ट ऑर्डर देगा। एंड इट
और
टेक्स,
फिर बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा,
फिर बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा।
एंड देन यू विल बी एबल टू अप्लाई फॉर योर पासपोर्ट।
करेक्ट। तो बहुत, मैं बोला तो मतलब तुम लिख के दे दो मेरे को, ये रहा 1000 रुपया। तो उसने उसी दिन लिख के दे दिया क्योंकि पैसे मिला। नेक्स्ट डे आई वेंट टू द हॉस्पिटल, और हॉस्पिटल की जो डॉक्टर बहुत अच्छी थी, उनका बर्थडे था उस दिन, तो मतलब केक लेके जाना चाहिए जस्ट टू कीप हिम हर हैप्पी। सो शी वॉज वेरी काइंड, शी तक कि मैं कल आती हूँ तुम्हारे उधर सर्वे करती हूँ। मतलब मैम सर्वे के लिए क्या चाहिए? बोली 5 लोग। मतलब अगर मैं उन्हें आज लेके आ जाऊँ तो आपको आने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं। तो बोली ठीक है। तो मैं गया हाजिली, 5 लोगों को टैक्सी में भरा, लेके आ गया। उसी दिन हमने कर दिया। नेक्स्ट डे रिपोर्ट लेके आ गए, और एवरी स्टेप पे मैं ना स्पेलिंग चेक कर रहा था, क्योंकि जो मेरा नाम है सैयद वो 4 तरीके से लिखा जाता है स्पेलिंग वाइज। तो आई वॉज मेकिंग श्योर कि स्पेलिंग एरर ना हो। मैम वो पूरा प्रोसेस मैंने 1 हफ्ते में ख़त्म किया। मेरा बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट 1 हफ्ते में हाथ में आ गया मेरे।
स्ट्रीट के स्किल्स काम आए ना,
या लोगों से बात करना, लोगों को ना
कन्विंस
करना,
काम
समझाना,
कराना,
काम
हाँ।
कराना। तो वो हो गया। फिर पासपोर्ट के लिए अप्लाई किए, पर मेरे पास परमानेंट रेजिडेंट नहीं था, सड़क का रेजिडेंट दे नहीं सकते। तो मेरी बहन कल्याण में रहती है, जब वो घर खरीद रही थी तो आई गेव हर हाफ मनी बाय करने के लिए। तो मैं बोला बहन टाइम यू पुट मी नेम, गिव मी एन NOC, नॉन ऑब्जेक्शन लेटर, दैट आई लिव विथ यू एज एन एड्रेस, अदरवाइज मेरा बनेगा नहीं। तो उसने दी। मेरी बहन बहुत प्यार करती है मेरे। तो पासपोर्ट के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया, वो पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन पे अटक गया। पुलिस वाले वेरीफाई नहीं कर रहे। रोज़ मैं थाने पुलिस चौकी जाता था, कल्याण से थाना, थाने से कॉलेज, कॉलेज से काम, फिर शाम को थाने पुलिस स्टेशन, फिर कल्याण। तो 20 बार गया मैम मैं पुलिस स्टेशन, 20 बार मेरे को याद है वेरिफिकेशन के लिए। एंड आखिरत में एंड आकांक्षा से लेडी, आकांक्षा की टीचर लोग तक आए उसको समझाने के भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है। आखिरत में ही सेड तुम लोग कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस बाहर जाके ऐसा आतंकवाद का काम करता है और यहाँ से हमको जवाब देना पड़ता है जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ माई नेम। ही सेड दैट एंड आई वाज लाइक क्या बोलना चाहिए। तो मैं कुछ बोला नहीं उसको, आई जस्ट स्माइल एंड आई सेड सर आई अंडरस्टैंड आपका कंसर्न, बट आपने जो जो मांगा मैंने सब ला के दिया डॉक्यूमेंट में। मेरी फैमिली कहाँ रहती है आपको पता है। तुमने मेरा प्रीवियस कॉलेज का सर्टिफिकेट लेटर मांगा, करंट लेटर मांगा, करंट कॉलेज का, जॉब का, आकांक्षा का जो मुझे भेज रहे, अब और क्या चाहिए, कैसे प्रूव करूँ। ही अंडरस्टूड आई थिंक एंड देन ही अप्रूव्ड। और फिर 2 हफ्ते में मेरा पासपोर्ट आया। मैम लोग मेरे को पूछते हैं मेरी लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा अचीवमेंट क्या है, मेरा पासपोर्ट है। फाइनली मेरा कंट्री मेरे पे ट्रस्ट किया उस दिन, सो दैट मेड मी फील के I can get out of the country, I can do more things. It was not my MBA, it was not my 10th grade, it was not my bachelor's degree, it was my passport. जब फर्स्ट टाइम मेरे हाथ में आया, उसके बाद वीज़ा के लिए अप्लाई करना था। और हम लोग ऑलरेडी एंड ऑफ अप्रैल में थे और मई में ये था। तो वीज़ा के लिए अप्लाई किया, डेट मिली 9th of May, गाला was 9th of May. तो आकांक्षा वाज लाइक कि हो नहीं पाएगा क्योंकि वीज़ा उस एक ही दिन में तो देते नहीं है वो लोग, 1-2 हफ्ता उसके बाद भी लगता है और कभी कभी 6 महीना भी लग जाता है. तो मैं बोला तुम डेट ले लो, हम बाकी देख लेंगे. तो डेट लिए 9th की. आई वॉलंटियर्ड विद लॉट ऑफ नॉन प्रॉफिट. तो उनमें से एक नॉन प्रॉफिट है क्रांति. आई रिस्पेक्ट देम एंड आई थैंक देम फॉर द हेल्प दे डिड एज वेल. एंड उनके बच्चे ना हमेशा बाहर आते जाते रहते हैं यूएस में और अलग अलग जगह, तो उनकी पहचान थी. मैंने बोला प्लीज़ मेरा डेट कैसे भी प्रीपोन करवा दो. तो आई गॉट अ वीक बिफोर उनकी मदद से. और फिर मैं गया इंटरव्यू के लिए और वहाँ पे 40 विंडो थे. मैं बोला बस 33 नंबर नहीं आना चाहिए बिकॉज दैट गाय वाज इन नॉट इन अ गुड मूड. यू कैन सी ही वाज रिजेक्टिंग, पीपल वर क्राइंग एंड लीविंग. एंड गेस व्हाट नंबर आई गॉट? 33.
Sure.
You know, oh boy, he asked me so many questions. I was sweating and things. So he said, okay, I approve your visa, but you have to submit a police clearance certificate. A police clearance certificate is exactly like passport where you apply, police come to your house, verify and gives you. मला लग गई. मतलब कैसे मिलेगा ये, मतलब दिन नहीं है मेरे पास, अभी टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास, हो तो जाएगा. तो आई वॉज नॉट हैप्पी, मुझे लगा गिव अप हो जाएगा. आकांक्षा वालों को बताया तो लोग ने मेरा नाम निकाल दिया यहाँ से कि ही इज़ नॉट मेकिंग अप, ही इज़ नॉट गोना कम. तो मैं बोला भले मैं नहीं जाऊँ आकांक्षा, पर मैं वीज़ा तो लेके रहूँगा. अब मेरे मतलब यू नो. तो कैरोलाइन दीदी न्यू फ्यू पीपल, उनमें से एक था फिरोज. उसने बोला कि तू जिस जगह पे रहता है, कल्याण का जो एड्रेस है वो 2 पासपोर्ट ऑफिस के अंडर आता है, एक थाने में और एक क्या नाम है यार वो जगह का, नासिक में. बोले अगर तू नासिक जाएगा ना तो वो लोग तेरे को ताबड़तोड़ दे देंगे पुलिस क्लियरेंस सर्टिफिकेट. मेक श्योर कि पासपोर्ट के साथ जाना तू. बोला ठीक है, रात को पकड़ो ट्रेन, निकल लो. तो आई जस्ट टुक द ट्रेन. नेक्स्ट डे अर्ली मॉर्निंग हम नासिक में, और मैं सबसे आगे खड़ा गया, भाई सबसे पहला करवाना है. एंड आई वॉज गोइंग थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस. और हर बार मैं यही पूछ रहा अभी मिल जाएगा ना, अभी मिल जाएगा. बोलता अरे तू गप बस ना रे भाई, कितना. सो आई गॉट इट. एंड मैं बोला अगर आज ही अगर मैं एम्बेसी लेके जाऊँ तो बेस्ट रहेगा. एंड इट वाज फ्राइडे एनीवेज. तो हमने वहाँ से क्या बोलते प्राइवेट कार रेंट, मतलब वो ड्राइवर के साथ आता नहीं, प्राइवेट टैक्सी वो किया. बोला भाई यहाँ से 4 घंटे की दूरी है बम्बई, तुझे जितना फास्ट चलाना है चला, मगर टाइम से पहला 2 बजे से पहला पहुँचा. ही ब्रॉड मी बिफोर 2. उस टाइम पे गाड़ी चलते हुए देखा है मैंने मुंबई में, मतलब मस्त. तो आई केम एंड आई सबमिटेड एंड द लेडी हु टुक माय डॉक्यूमेंट शी लाइक आई हैव नेवर सीन एनीवन डन दिस थिंग दिस फास्ट. इट्स लाइक 24 घंटे के अंदर यू गॉट इट. दिस इज क्रेजी.
Because you really wanted to come to America.
आई रियली वांटेड दिस थिंग टू हैपन, यू नो. बट उसने बोली ठीक है फिर मंडे को आ जाओ, तुम्हारा पासपोर्ट मिल जाएगा. एंड मंडे वाज May 9th. आई एम लाइक नो मैम, मुझे आज ही चाहिए बिकॉज आई वांट टू फ्लाई. दिस इज ऑन दैट. बोली अगर मैं चाहूँ भी आई कैन नॉट गिव यू बिकॉज आवर सर्वर इज डाउन, देर इज नो कम्युनिकेशन हैपनिंग. I waited till 5 p.m. there. I'm like, just in case anything happened. Nothing happened. So I told Caroline what? बोली ठीक है एटलीस्ट जो भी है. बोला buy my ticket. बोली what? बोला just buy my ticket. बोले why? I'm like think about it. अगर मुझे May 9th को मिलता है पासपोर्ट वीज़ा के साथ, I will fly May 9th की रात को. I will reach here May 9th की सुबह. You guys are 12 hours behind. So I gain that time and then I can still make it. At least my speech, you know, I will not have a time to see the city. I will not have a time to prepare, but I will do it. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm 100% sure. Just buy the ticket. So she bought the ticket. We did some shopping and stuff. Caroline ने उस टाइम पे पैसा खर्चा किया मेरे लिए बहुत. उसने मेरे लिए शॉपिंग किया है सब कुछ, कपड़े अच्छे दिलाए ताकि you know shoes. And so I went उस दिन मंडे मॉर्निंग. एंड उसने बोला कि हाँ तुम्हारा पासपोर्ट ना कल आ जाएगा. बोला नो दैट्स नॉट हैपनिंग, आज ही चाहिए मुझे. आई डोंट नो, आई हैव अ टिकट. बोले सर अभी तक तो तैयार भी नहीं है. तो इंडिया में पासपोर्ट का 2 ऑफिस होता है ना, एक जहाँ पे पासपोर्ट कलेक्ट होता है और एक जहाँ पे आप सबमिट करते हैं. तो मैं जहाँ पे सबमिट किया उस बिल्डिंग में गया, वो मुझे जाने नहीं दे रहा अंदर बिना पासपोर्ट के. दे वोंट लेट यू गेट इन. बोला भाई ये तू जाके सिर्फ नंबर चेक कर ले मेरा. तो अच्छा बंदा था, इसने गया चेक किया. फिर 1-1.5 घंटे के बाद किसी ने बाहर आया और बोला सलमान सैयद कौन है. आई वाज लाइक मैं हूँ भाई. एंड आई वाज एग्जॉस्टेड मैम.
I'm sure.
उसने बोला ये तुम्हारा पासपोर्ट है, प्लीज़ डिटेल चेक कर लो. मतलब सब करेक्ट है भाई, तो तू टेंशन मत ले उस बारे में.
You must have been so relieved.
I was relieved. And then I made it, ma'am. सुबह Monday morning में यहाँ पे New York City I landed. I was crying. And when I was giving my speech at gala, I was crying. Because it's not because of my story. Trust me, it was not because of my story. It was last 3 months of my life.
And how you made it to that
How
place.
made it. क्योंकि सबने आकांक्षा में मेरा नाम ही नहीं था यहाँ पे कि मैं as a speaker. They introduced me as a surprise speaker, like a extra, special guest speaker. Gauri Didi ne, Gauri Sadhwani was there. And I still remember 31 Pier. And it was something. I didn't eat though properly that night because I was crying. So that was something.
So what was your first impression of America?
I loved it. I was like, this is so beautiful. I want to come back. So when I was leaving, I made myself a promise that I will come back here. How? I did not know. What? When? I don't know. But I was like, I have to study here now. This is a beautiful place. Luckily, next year I got a scholarship to study at Houston. Then I was going back because I only spent 10 months. And I was like, no, this is not what I want. I mean, this is good, but I want my master here. So went back as a tour guide again and started working in tourism. And in 2018, I met Beth.
Who's Beth?
Beth is my third mother, I call her. So in my life, I have 3 mothers. The one first who gave me my life. Second, who helped me my life better and gave me the value of my life. And third, who gave me the opportunity to live my life fullest. So that's Beth. Third is Beth. And she was an executive director back then for Salt Lake Community College. And they were doing a tour in India. They were exploring some field education, businesses, and study abroad kind of a, 2 weeks. And, ma'am, I don't know if you believe कि जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. I personally believe. तो जब मैं इंडिया में था, I got a internship केरला में, मुंबई से केरला. 3 महीने का इंटर्नशिप था. नेक्स्ट डे जिस दिन मुझे जाना था, जब मैं सुबह सुबह उठा, मेरे घर से मेरा सब चोरी हो गया था. किसी ने हमारे घर में खिड़की तोड़ के घुसा, मेरा फ़ोन, वॉलेट सब कुछ चोरी गया. मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था. तो आई जस्ट लेफ्ट केरला के लिए एक टूटे फूटे कैरोलाइन दीदी का पुराने फ़ोन से, और पैसे वैसे कुछ बचे नहीं थे. केरला में मेरी लाइफ बहुत स्ट्रगल जा रही थी क्योंकि दे वर पेइंग मी 5,000 रुपये महीने का.
And what were you doing?
I was doing internship with a tour company, helping them and learning them at the same time. तो 5,000 रुपये में गुजारा अकेले का नहीं होता है, और मेरे पर तो मेरी फैमिली भी थी मैम. तो 2 महीने के अंदर ही मैंने छोड़ दिया, मतलब ऐसे नहीं होगा. I have to go back. And this is one of the few things in life where I quit. As soon as I came back, I put out that कि मैं तैयार हूँ वापस से गाइडिंग के लिए, please. And that's how I got Beth का group. As a guide.
So you met her through
As guiding. And
as a tour guide.
Yeah, I came like on a day, and then company reached out to me कि next day तेरे को पुणे जाना है एक group के लिए. I'm like, yes, send me, man. And then I started talking to Beth, and I was telling her my story and how I started, how my life. She said कि अगर तुमको master, if you have a plan, I might help you. Not fully, but we can plan something out. So at first I thought, yeah, ये भी हजारों लोग में से एक है जो बहुत सी promises करते. But Beth followed through. पूरा 1 साल हमने बिताया TOEFL complete करने के लिए, and GMAT complete करने के लिए, MBA के लिए. And then 2019 में Beth वापस आई इंडिया with another group. And उस टाइम पे मेरा पासपोर्ट भी हो चुका था, मेरा वीज़ा भी हो चुका था, and I was ready to fly with her. So then I flew with her. And उसके बाद 4 साल I lived with her and her family.
Wow.
उसने मुझे बहुत support किया. And she helped me to reach out to a lot of people to raise fund. And Akanksha से एक sir है, Nick. He paid a lot of money for my tuition. He gave me so much money. I value him so much.
So you got your master's degree.
Then I got my master's, my MBA in digital marketing. Yeah.
Wow. People talk about angels, but they're real life people who can act
There
as
are
one.
real life angels. I've seen them. Yeah.
So she supported you to get to America, get a master's degree. You lived with her for 4 years.
Yes.
Your tuition was paid for, and
Yeah.
hence the opportunities.
Yes.
Now you are a teacher in a school, a high school.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to me about that. How does that feel?
It feels overwhelmed a lot of time. Being teacher now, I understand the pain of some teacher who went through with me. But I feel like I was a good student. So while I was doing my master, one of the things I had to do is internship. You know, it's part of the completing. So COVID hit. So I started helping this school, Juan Diego Catholic High School in Draper. And I was helping them marketing and digital stuff during that time. And they liked my job. And they said like, hey, would you like to teach photography and the same thing at school? I'm like, I don't have much experience in teaching, but I do have a master and it's a private school, so it qualifies. So I started teaching with one class, photography, intro to photography. And now I teach 4 classes and I run a club, campus life club called Media Campus Life. So I work with at least 150 some students now. It's a lot of work sometimes.
I'm sure.
But it's also very rewarding. There are times, you know, when the kids love doing what you do and parents get happy and school get published and like a lot of people get to know about the school and stuff. So I've been doing this for about many years now, I think 6 years. I mean, I got stayed with them since COVID, you know. Officially, if I say it's my 6th year working, but I've been with them since 2020.
Nice.
So it's 7 years. So kind of same.
जब आप अपनी मुंबई की ट्रैफिक सिग्नल वाली लाइफ और अब की अमेरिका की लाइफ को कंपेयर करते हो, क्या सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस लगता है?
बहुत डिफरेंस है. It's like, I mean, इंडिया और अमेरिका लाइफ itself is the opposite. और फिर इंडिया में एक घर से और एक सड़क पे रहना it's opposite. तो I don't know how to explain you. Like, there are a lot of things I feel like के लोगों को पता नहीं है यहाँ पे कि लाइफ क्या है, एक्चुअल लाइफ का स्ट्रगल क्या है, you know. कुछ बच्चे लोग जो ऐसा कंप्लेन करते कि उनके माँ बाप उनको ज़बरदस्ती स्कूल भेजते हैं. मैं बोलता हूँ तुम लकी हो यार, तुम्हारे माँ बाप एटलीस्ट खर्चा कर रहे, प्राइवेट स्कूल भेज रहे तुमको, you know. Try to understand that part. और यहाँ पे So I tried to like, तो मैं मेरे स्कूल में हमेशा बोलता हूँ, मेरी क्लास स्टार्ट होती है पहले वीक में मैं बोलता हूँ drop my class. Yeah, you've never heard a teacher saying that, right? I say that drop my class if you don't want to learn. Drop my class if you think you're going to just sit here and do nothing. And so a lot of students first don't understand why I say that. But because throughout my semester, I do teach this photography, video production, and marketing. But along with that, I also try to explain them what is a life and how to value it, how to take care of yourself. So a lot of philosophical thing. And I call them philosophy of the day sometimes, you know. And I really care about those students because I feel like some of those kids are living in a bubble. And I just hope that they don't, someone randomly doesn't pop their bubble. So I try to every now and then give them some real taste of life, you know. So I never treat them as a babysitter. I treat them like a mentor. I don't talk to them like a teacher. I talk to them like a mentor. So I feel like that's one difference when it comes to education or life itself. Uske baad, ma'am, I feel like, you know, they say that when you get more and more successful, peak of the mountain is always climbed alone. So it becomes like that. Sometimes you just feel like you're alone. There is nobody around you, you know, like. And those who are around you, they don't understand what the heck you're trying to explain there. You know, why do you work so much? Why are you always working? Or why do you do this thing? I'm like, I wish I could explain you know.
This is the way of life for you. You know that this is what got you so far in life and you probably have to hang on to it.
Yeah. So, difference like, I feel like मैं तो कैसे भी blend कर लेता हूँ. आदत हो चुकी है जीने की. But hard ये हो जाता है कि समझाने की. ना घर वाले समझते हैं ना बाहर वाले समझते. You know, घर वालों की जिद होती है कि यहाँ क्यों नहीं आ जाता है. और उनको कौन समझा कि भाई किसी एक को तो करना पड़ेगा ताकि सब लोग ठीक ठाक रह सके. You know. And then यहाँ वालों को समझाना बड़ा मुश्किल पड़ता है कि वहाँ पे लाइफ कैसी है. Like, you can't tell someone how is the life. It's hard unless they go live or experience or figure it out. तो एक वो हो जाता है. Yeah.
जब आप ट्रैफिक सिग्नल पे बुक्स बेचते थे, क्या लगता था आप खुश हो या कॉर्पोरेट जॉब करने वाले खुश हैं?
मुझे लगता था मैं बहुत खुश हूँ उस टाइम पे. अब एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट कुछ दिन पहले ना मैं हाजिली की वीडियो दिखा रहा था मेरे स्टूडेंट लोग को. BBC लंदन मेड अ डॉक्यूमेंट्री सम पार्ट ऑफ अबाउट अस. तो मैं उनको आई वाज एक्चुअली टेलिंग देम कि इस टाइम पे ना समवन इंटरव्यूड मी हु इज हैप्पियर मी और देम एंड इन द वीडियो आल्सो देयर इज आई थिंक देयर इज अ सेगमेंट एंड आई वाज टेलिंग आई एम वेरी हैप्पी blah blah blah. And I told them I never wanted to be someone who's working on computer all day long. And look at me, I'm literally doing that. I work on computer like days and night. Like in fact, my computer, wherever I go, it goes with me, even when I travel. I'm happy, ma'am. I'm very happy with my life. You know, I'm not satisfied though. I try to tell people a lot this, and they don't understand. What do you mean by that? I'm happy where I am, but I'm not satisfied where I am. I
So
feel
you
like I
want to
want to
keep
go
growing.
further.
Yeah.
I want to keep moving forward.
Ambition is good.
Yeah.
Ambition's always good.
Yeah. So it's not sad way that I'm not satisfied. It's a proud way that I'm not satisfied, if I can say that. So people when sometimes ask me like, why do you care so much about your work or your, why you like, you value time so much? Why do you value money so much? You know, ma'am. I try to explain them first. Time, ये मेरा personal belief है मैम. मैं student को भी बोलता हूँ. Time is the only one you cannot replace with anything. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Right.
You can replace anything with anybody. You can replace me with somebody else to talk. You can replace your coffee with something else. But time is like only money or resources. It goes away. So I value a lot. Second, I value money as well because I feel people do believe that money cannot buy happiness, but I disagree and I can prove it. I feel like money can buy anything, including happiness. Because happiness not is a place where you reach. It's a state of mind. It's a thing that brings you happiness, right? And money helps you buy that.
Yeah.
Even Beth and I argue this thing. She says, no, money cannot buy you happiness. I'm like, yes, Beth. Why do you help? I ask her, do you happy that you helped me? She's like, I love that I helped you. I'm like, why did you help me? And how? What made it possible? You had the money. You had the house to keep me in your house. You had a stable job. If you were poor, would you be able to help me? And then she's like, yeah, I still don't believe that. I'm like, yeah, okay, forget it, Beth. So we kind of argue that way. But I do believe, ma'am, maybe it's just money is important. Money and
It is
time is very important.
For someone on the street to be able to afford basic health care, if your mom had money, she would have been able to go to the hospital to give you birth.
Yeah.
You know, if you had money, you probably would have an easier life growing up. It does make a lot of things easy for you, but ultimately what defines happiness is your state of mind and how happy you feel. You
Yes.
said something that stayed with me. You said that I felt I was living on my own terms, right? That I would wake up at 11 a.m., sell books, eat what I wanted to, sleep where I wanted to. I wasn't attached to anything at all. And I was happy, right? That was a state of mind.
Yes.
I feel like ultimately, even after you've achieved a certain level of success materially, you still need to be in a place where you can be satisfied, where you can appreciate what you have, where you can be grateful. But material things, money does make a lot of things easier for you. It does give you access to better healthcare, which improves your outcome. It does give you an opportunity to education. It does give you an opportunity to afford things that make your life easier on a day-to-day basis. After a point, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
After a point is when you need to realize your own purpose and find your own happiness in yourself.
Correct. And you reach that purpose because you secured things with money.
Yes.
Yes. I'll give you.
So till that point,
Yeah.
we need to all strive to make that money.
Yeah.
But after your basic needs are met, that's when you realize your bigger purpose. You look inwards then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you this example. When I was on the street, it was a different life. I was happy, but it was a different challenge, right? I still have challenges now. However, we didn't have a lot of things. Today, I'm here, I'm working, and I'm making good amount of money. Not a lot, but decent amount of money for me and my family. I take care of my entire family. I send money to my mom, my dad, my nieces, my nephew, my sister. I hired my sister to take care of my mom because my mom was sick. And I was able to do that because I have the money. you know. My sister was working at 8 different houses as a housemaid. I'm like, leave all 8, work for one. I'll pay you exact same money, whatever you're getting from 8 houses. I was able to do it because now I felt like I killed 2 birds with one stone. One, my sister gets better work condition than what she's been doing for
She's
8
taking care of
houses.
families.
And
There's more
2,
dignity.
my mom has one child with her all the time. You know? So like I kind of combine my family in a way so that they live together and they support each other. Because I'm not there and my mom is a little bit sick every now and then. My dad is still like a pain in the butt. So somebody needs to be there, you know. And I was able to do it because I just feel like hey, I was able to make decent money to support that. If I didn't have those things, I would be like, I wouldn't be able to do that thing. So that brings me peace. Because at least my mom has somebody, some family living, and my sister has somebody. They live together with each other. I'm not with family, it's fine. But again, someone has to carry the cross, you know, for the rest. I feel that way, which is fine.
And I'm sure they feel proud of you.
I hope
For
so.
sure.
Yeah, so, and I'm okay to be that person and let others have. And I tell my nieces and nephew, I will give you the childhood which I never had. So whatever you want, just tell me. I'm here for you. You want to continue your education as long as you want, I will support you. I support them, pay the fees and everything, buy them. मैम जब तक मैं बहुत सालों तक मैम ईद में हम कभी कपड़े नहीं मिले अच्छे एज अ किड आई रिमेंबर एक टाइम पे हाजिली में मेरी मॉम ने अपने दुपट्टे से एक शर्ट और एक फ्रॉक बनाया था मेरी बहन और मेरे लिए ईद में इट वाज ब्लैक कलर आई स्टिल रिमेंबर जब से मैं पैसा कमाने लगा एंड मैं मेरी भांजी भतीजी मेरी मॉम को हमेशा ईद के लिए कपड़ा आना ही चाहिए मैं 15-20 साल हो गया मैंने ईद फैमिली के साथ नहीं बिताया अभी तक आई एम ऑलवेज वर्किंग इट्स फाइन यू नो इट्स ओके बट आई फील लाइक आई एम एबल टू डू दैट एंड आई फील प्राउड एंड आई फील कि मेरी nieces and nephew they live the childhood they deserve so and I think it's happening because I'm able to do it, you know. It's the money that helps me. So, yeah. That's
If there's
something.
one thing you would say to a girl or a boy living on the streets in the slums in Mumbai, what would that be? And we can take this in Hindi, so if it reaches even one of them, I'd be very happy, and that would solve the purpose of my podcast today.
Ma'am, there are many things in life I learned through. It'd be hard to say one, but I'll try. Number one, I say educate yourself. Ma'am, I was able to do whatever I did is because I decided to educate myself. I decided to like take the route going back to school. Was it easy? Hell no. It was really hard. It was pain. And people don't trust you, ma'am, when you start something new. But you gotta trust in yourself and keep doing. In one of my videos, I said, life is not about what you have. It's all about what you make with what you have. So, and my life is not like the greatest, you know, I haven't achieved anything. I'm still the guy. I still have this fear of failing, you know, I still have this imposter syndrome. But every single day I feel like when you get better in life easy नहीं होती मैम लाइफ एक्चुअली हार्डर हो जाती है उसके बाद बिकॉज नाउ यू हैव टू लिव अप टू इट नाउ यू हैव टू कीप होल्डिंग टू इट यू नो सो आई थिंक दोज वर कपल ऑफ थिंग्स दैट taught me my life is like you cannot just relax once you reach somewhere because it's a journey and you haven't reached the destination you keep going forward
एक बार कैमरा में देख के can you talk to like you know imagine one of your friends watching you today, right? आप हिंदी में उनको क्या बोलोगे? Like कोई छोटा बच्चा आपके समझो nieces या nephews जैसा कोई हाजी अली से आपको देख रहा है उनके लिए एक चीज़ बोलना चाहो तो क्या बोलोगे?
एक चीज़ तो थोड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट होगा बट मैं कोशिश करूँगा कम से कम शब्द में बोलूँ. पहली बात तो कि एजुकेट करो अपने आप को. एजुकेशन स्कूल जाओ पढ़ो लिखो. ईजी नहीं होगा, ईजी कुछ नहीं होता लाइफ में. बट मेरी लाइफ बदली बिकॉज आई वेंट बैक टू स्कूल. वापस से पढ़ाई लिखाई जो भी मैंने शुरू की एंड लोग सपोर्ट करेंगे उसके बाद. और लोग और ज़िंदगी आसान नहीं होती है जब ज़िंदगी अच्छी होने लगती है. ज़िंदगी का एक्चुअल स्ट्रगल तो तभी स्टार्ट होता है क्योंकि अब तो तुमको उस जो स्टैंडर्ड पे जिस जगह पे तुम पहुंच रहे हो उसको लिव अप करना पड़ता है, उसको कंटिन्यू मेंटेन करना पड़ता है, यू नो. और ज़िंदगी में आई डोंट नो हाउ टू से हिंदी में, बट ज़िंदगी वो नहीं है कि जिसमें क्या है तुम्हारे पास. ज़िंदगी वो है कि जो तुम्हारे पास है उससे तुम क्या करते हो, और वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being very honest, very vulnerable with me here today. Thank you for sharing your journey with me. I am honored to sit in this chair and hear from someone who has defined his own success and has struggled and worked through every hurdle that came your way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Salman.
Thank you for having me. And I want to say I love all my family, and I love my mom, of course, and Caroline and Beth. I love these three women so much. It's like, yeah.
Thank you, Salman.
Thank you.